Yeah, it's sunrise over Bulalakaw and early morning on Valentine's Day, just before the Super Bowl starts. So we got up. But what you see today is I asked Alyssa a little bit about what are the biggest transitions between being a carer in healthcare and now managing a hotel, and the cultural transition as well as the job transition is a big change. So enjoy this video.
At the moment, I'm just tired all the time. I mean, I'm doing a little thing and I'm really tired and I need sleep and stuff like that. So,
yeah, and what's like the biggest challenges to start working now here as like a manager?
you mean the whole thing or?
Yeah, here. I mean, you've been a carer for old people in Germany, and now you like managing, what's that?
Yeah,
like
I think the
30 employees.
The challenge is like kind of breaking through culture, kind of, because people here have a different working culture. Of course, it's a different every place, anywhere. And here it's quite a challenge. You know, what's the proper thing to do and stuff like that. I mean, they made it really easy for me, and they're really like respectful and everything. Yeah, it's quite a culture shock, you know. It's very different working etiquette, ethics. Yeah, it's very different. So that's a lot of challenge for me. And also with COVID, I feel so tired all the time. And I'm very lucky that my staff, they really support me, make me tea all the time. So yeah, they really very quite good and make my work. What's also a bit of challenge are like talking to people. I'm talking to people basically. I'm the one answering people's questions and stuff like that. And that's a bit hard, but also very nice. You know, be able to talk to people and you know, get to know other, like the culture actually, because yeah, it's been so long since I lived here in the Philippines.
Almost 10 years.
Yes, almost 10 years. So it's quite like a culture shock for me too.
And how is it like being back, dealing stuff in your own language again?
Well, that's not a problem, surprisingly. Like, I mean, I can easily talk in English or in Tagalog. Yeah, it's actually not. I thought it would be a problem, but like, what's like quite funny is when I talk to Filipino customers, and then when I see my husband, I just start speaking English again, and it's like, whoa. So it's a bit funny, but yeah, otherwise, language is not actually a big problem.
And one of the hard things is, I think, like for me, how like simple steps would make it a little bit more efficient, definitely more efficient. But like as Germans, we always see things which could be more efficient, which is maybe sometimes actually not good.
Yeah, but there's a difference on how, because like if you're the tourist, if you're the one who is going here, would you expect the same? Or just because you're the one kind of like in the management, you kind of think those things, like, because it's for me also hard, but I kind of like don't look away because I know it takes time to solve those problems. But like, do you think it's kind of a bit harder because you're the one managing, or you know someone who's the manager, instead of being the tourist yourself?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I would say, like,
I mean, for me too.
Like a room here costs like half of a really cheap room
Yeah.
in Germany, or like if you go to Spain or something. So that's a big thing, like actually, like and so like in a way my hotel experience is Europe, but then also like you pay much more, which is of course a crazy thing actually, like
so I think that's one thing. I mean, for me, I should always remember. We want to start doing like trainings, and so we want to do like accreditations for our staff, so that also when they go somewhere else, they have that training, and not just like for us basically. So
here is like not like a touristy boom town.
yes.
Like you don't get you get like relative like Filipinos, and then you get like those foreigners who really want to see something from the country.
Yeah.
So you don't get like the charter airplane coming in like with a full package holiday or something like this, which is, but there is those places because like the Philippines are kind of what is like Canarian Islands. I never said that in English, I think. Or like Cyprus or something, like for Europeans. So like Japan, South Korea, Chinese, Taiwanese people, like they come here and they're often on package holidays and stuff like this.
And they would go to like big islands like Boracay or somewhere else. So Bulalakaw is quite a quiet town, but we do have really nice beaches and islands. What's the funny thing is you get like for foreigners you get those really people who wants to explore the Philippines and not just for like touristy holiday. So, and I think that's also nice because some people they're still connected with us after 10 years or so, and that's really nice. And I think like Bulalakaw is actually like the southern part of Mindoro. We are kind of what do you call it, on the way. How do you say that? Like we are, you a stop point to go to like big islands like Palawan or Boracay. We are one of the entry points for those like really big islands. So
touristy islands.
Touristy
islands.
islands. So people stop here to rest basically before they go to those really big islands, and some people they stay.
Yeah.
Because it's a quiet town, you get the same white beach in those big islands without the high-priced hotels and crowded areas.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and I think I like how it is actually. Like, I like how it is like that. It's still like a community, kind of. You still know everyone. You still know who runs who. Like.
I think people still work together.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and that's
really
definitely
nice.
something. I mean, and also, in the last 10 years, the infrastructure changed massively. Like there's a ferry, you have the airport not far away. You have like proper like
Roads.
like roads, like not just roads, but like actually that's a highway, not like like European motorway kind of stuff here on the island, because there's not so much traffic and it goes up and down and stuff, but like there's like you can't get stuck behind a lorry. Like you can overtake, like the street is so wide that you can overtake people and stuff. So it's like it's much better than like, well, at least like country roads in the UK or in Germany. Like where you sometimes like you don't get anywhere because it's so small, and then you have bad luck. Like
Yeah. So yeah, you were right. I mean, I remember like a few years, like no, 10 years ago, like we have to travel like 6 hours just going to Calapan, which is the capital city of Mindoro. We have to wait, like we have to travel like 5 to 6 hours, and now we travel 3 hours, and that's something.
yeah,
Yeah. So like the road is well, it's not a rough road basically. Like before, oh gosh, you will get like, you know, really big rocks and stuff like that, and you have to get like out of the car because you need to push the car before it can go to that really high hill with really big rocks and stuff like that.
yeah. And even like 5 years ago when we got married, when we were driving to the airport, there were still bits which were dirt roads, like compressed dirt. Like if you were to lots of countries they have it, but I mean, I have a brother who lives in Germany on the road who's like that, but
yeah, but now it's all concrete and you know, it's easy. Yeah, and I think that really opened up the opportunity here in Bulacan, because before it's just like if you live in Calapan and then you hear of Bulacan, it's just like
so
that's too far and stuff like that. It's not really. It's 180 kilometers. So
and that's the kind of stuff. Like it, and I think that makes a big difference. And the other nice thing here, I think, is also like you can do when you do island hopping. Then there's just that boat.
Yes.
On the island, like you go to an island, and even the more like popular islands where there's like little ferries going back and forth, and you have like 20 people.
Yes.
Or something like so you have this like small island, mangroves, white beach, like stuff, corals in the sea, like stuff, and then you're the people on your boat, or maybe one other boat. Yeah. That's all. Like in the main season. If you would go now, you're the only one. But,
you get the island all for yourself.
Yeah, it's like.
And actually, we should do that. We haven't done that.
Yeah, no, we haven't done that. I mean, today was quite bad weather actually. You will have seen that the big clouds in the video where we showed you when we went swimming and Alyssa fell into the water.
He pushed me.
That video will come out before. That was yesterday. So. But yeah, so because it's winter here. We are actually on the north.
We don't have a winter.
Yeah, but we are like on the north. Well, how do you say that? Like northern hemisphere. Yeah. So like we are above the equator. So, and basically the monsoon typhoon season is like when people further north have winter. So, and then in like February, end of February, the main season starts. But yeah, I mean, for Europeans, the water is always warm. It's like, it's never cold. Like
it's the real beach.
Like, I mean, we were swimming yesterday and it's like, it's literally warm. Even with clouds and wind. So that was our little reflection of how it is going at the moment from us. And I just want to remind you that we are, of course, like, if you want to check out our hotel and things, we will of course profit from it if you check in here. So because we are earning money with it. So just to make that absolutely clear, we are of course biased because we are profiting financially from it, and we don't want to hide that from you. But on the other hand, we also want to give you like an honest reflection how it is to come here. Even for Alyssa after 10 years of living in Europe, and sort of the challenges and what we need to get used to, as we started working here in the Philippines. We hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel to see all the good stuff which is coming out, and join us on our journey we are having here with hotel, coffee, learning language, and all this kind of things. That was a kind of a podcast episode, but I hope you enjoyed it as well. Thank you for watching, and we see you in the next one.